And back to our dear guest, Ms. Haneen Abu Shanab, member of the Palestinian Women Association, and sorry for the disturbance for our conversation. Ms. Haneen, we have seen U.S. President Donald Trump arriving to take part and co-chair the peace meeting, the peace summit on Gaza in the city of Sharm el-Sheikh, the city of peace. How do you see the most important points that were tackled by the U.S. President regarding the peace in the Gaza Strip?
Yes, absolutely. The co-leadership or the co-chip.
Yes.
By how Mr. Trump and Mr. Sisi are wearing the same color of the ties as well. This is sending strong messages that we are speaking of unity, of shared goals, and inshallah we're working towards reaching this. Inshallah, yes. We can see also from the representation of the countries present as well, and of course the presence of Mr. Mahmoud Abbas, who was denied the presence at the UN speeches and the UN presence previously.
Yes.
So the shifting in powers, the shifting of presentation is resembling the positivity that we're working towards, and we are already seeing the implementation of the first phase.
Yes.
So looking forward to the next, inshallah.
Yes. Ms. Haneen, we cannot neglect here the suffering of the Palestinian women during the past 2 years of genocide war by the Israelis. How do you see here the new dawn for the Palestinian woman after the signing of this peace agreement?
It's very harsh. As you are seeing, it's mostly impacting the women, not just the. Of course, it's the whole population, but again, women have been a cornerstone in this survival of this war. A woman has either lost her husband, her father, or her son, either to death or to imprisonment. We're speaking of almost 10,000 missing people. Are they dead? Mostly, yes. Again, so the circumstances have been substantially bad. It's unlivable. So for those women to actually find ways to make food, to comfort her children or her husband or the people around her and herself, despite the horrific circumstances, this is very hero material. We're speaking of superheroes, or we're teaching kids about superheroes. These are real life heroes, of course.
Yes. Ms. Haneen, as a member of the Palestinian Women Association, what more could be given as support for the Palestinian women after all these sufferings during the past 2 years? What contributions here should be provided in order to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian women?
A decent life, by the least. This is the bare minimum we're asking for. How can we say, a secure shelter, a proper source of food and clean water, the sanitary materials. I can't imagine how pregnant women had actually survived this horrible circumstances. So the basics of any decent life or any prideful life is what's being asked. After that, of course, the treatment, whether it's physical or psychological, they need to be monitored. They need to be supported and enabled to heal from I can't even imagine what they've been through. Afterwards, we're speaking of educational opportunities that have been lost as well. People have been enrolled either in schools or in undergraduate studies, or even the past postgraduate studies. We're talking about a population who's very eager and very keen on education and continuing their education. So start with the basics, of course, providing a secure shelter, a wall that they can lean on, proper food and water, medical support and medical treatments. Then following to that, the continuation of a normal life for any human being actually on this earth.
In his address before the Israeli Knesset, U.S. President Donald Trump talked about a new dawn in the Middle East and that the Palestinians do deserve a better life. what's your expectations here regarding the future and the help that should be provided for the reconstruction of Gaza, for better lives for the Palestinian women and children in particular?
Yes, we've seen communications or resolutions in regard with the sponsorship, because someone needs to provide the money. We've witnessed how the Palestinian government hasn't been able to pay the monthly payments, the pay slips for its workers over multiple of months now, and it's been cut to almost 60% of their payment over years for now, because of the limitations that Israel has been putting on their finances. This is, for starters, the finances of stuff. The second is actually the allowance of the construction materials. What's it like? Is it something short term? Is it something removable? Is it something a portable caravan maybe? I don't know. What's after is the long-term presence of such livable places. Are they going to rebuild long towers for people to live in and then bombard them after 10 years again? You need materials. I think the engineers should be speaking strongly of what's required for the infrastructure actually to be rebuilt. You're speaking about a whole country being rebuilt from scratch almost. So the reconstruction, of course, the allowing of such materials to enter, because usually Israel puts limitations on what gets to be allowed in and what's not. So this needs to be addressed properly as well as part of the committees or the people who are overseeing the entry of such materials for the coming years, under of course, the supervision of the Egyptian administration and the UN or European actually presence over the borders as well.
Yes. Ms. Haneen, can we say that after the summit and the promises of U.S. President Donald Trump for a new dawn for the Middle East, are we going to witness here just and comprehensive peace for Palestine?
Absolutely, especially after the recognition of Palestine as a state. So we have some vision, short term, yes. Then the long-term vision, or the establishment of the country, the establishment of its legal presence over the international community, the international presence, and so on. So it is a dawn, of course, but we are we are at the start. We are building the foundations for it. So with what we're seeing, the foundations are closely and cautiously being placed with Mr. Abdel Fattah has actually worked very hard to get the consensus from not just the region but also from the international countries as well. So making sure that this project actually sees the light, inshallah, sometime very soon.
Yes. As the world leaders are gathered in Sharm el-Sheikh with the attendance and co-chairing by President Sisi and U.S. President Donald Trump, and excuse me for this interruption here, but we are watching here live from Sharm el-Sheikh. The world leaders are gathering to take a photo for this very special